Why is Jimmy G not respected?
He's pretty good. I don't know why people don't think he is. He makes some pretty gutsy throws out there, doesn't he? Goodness gracious.
That's usually where quarterbacks earn their money. I mean, you can do a lot of things on first and second down, and you can mix in run or pass and kind of even out the game. But on third down, that pass rush is coming. They always have their best coverages and blitz called, and you need a good guy back there. And Jimmy, everyone knows how well he can throw. But he was on tonight throwing. He got to the right spots, and when it wasn't there, he made plays with his legs.
All those third downs at the end there, they were all pretty big. And so, it's our job as the offense when we get the ball like that with whatever 5 minutes or so left. I mean, we keep the ball for the rest of the game. That's how you win football games.
That's how you win football games. So Rob Ninkovich spent 3 seasons as Jimmy G's teammate in Foxborough. I have to ask you this question because most have talked about the 49ers defense, not necessarily their offense. And they don't necessarily give them credit. I want to ask you, why do you think that is?
Well, I think you're seeing the defense. They've made so many big plays. And, yeah, early in the season, I think that Jimmy's coming back from an ACL. He's had to deal with, that process. He's 12 months removed from a big surgery. It takes a long time to, get your footing underneath you and feel comfortable. But, again, I think when you look back at the whole season, he's only had one game where, his quarterback rating wasn't under an 80, and that was against the Redskins, where it was just a washout and it was rained the whole game. So, you look at his body of work so far, he's doing the right thing as far as putting his team in position to win football games. Last night, I think we saw his accuracy. We saw the ability to stand in the pocket and just take hits, throw the ball down the field, being comfortable, and leading his team to victory. And at the end of the day, this team is undefeated, and it shows with the quarterback play and the defense as well.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier, you spent 3 seasons with him. So give me some specific examples where you saw him and you're not surprised necessarily by this success.
Yeah, I mean, early in his career when he was doing the scout team quarterback reps, look, they have to run other teams' offenses, and it's just off a card. So the card's drawn up, and the quarterback looks at it, and the receiver, they don't even work together often. They're just out there, practice squad, receiver running the route, and the quarterback's throwing the ball to the receiver. And when I saw some of the accurate throws that he was able to make in practice, he was doing that week in and week out, going against the #1 defense with the Patriots as far as going against the starters, and he was able to cut us up, and he was really good and very accurate. So I knew then that he had a bright future, and it was just a matter of time until he got on the field and was able to take advantage of the time on the field. And I think that when you look at him now, he's maturing. He's becoming a better quarterback by the week.
All right, Rob Ninkovich giving us that example. I appreciate it, joining us here on Coast to Coast. David, time for some basketball. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, so the Niners stay unbeaten, Carrie, and the Spurs are trying to do the same. 3-0, going up against Kawhi, their old friend, and the Clippers. Look at Pop, Kawhi, locking up against the guy he was traded for 15 months ago, DeMar DeRozan. Leonard hits that shot, not easy. And then DeRozan, who's from L.A., comes right back down, up fake, takes a hit off the window. Those two kind of go back and forth a little bit in the first half. Kawhi loves the mid-range game. That's money. And then DeRozan, with this duel going on, going to take it over Montrezl Harrell. He had 29 for the game. Really good first half, 7 of 10 shooting there. Outplayed Kawhi in the first half, but Leonard would put the clamps on in half 2. The little poke check on DeRozan there and takes it to the house. Clippers take an 8-point lead. And then Kawhi, again with the defense, and again with a strip, this time of Rudy Gay. He's going to go coast to coast, sea to shining sea. 4 steals on the night for Kawhi. Clippers up by 9. And let's go later in the fourth. Leonard. His offensive game continues to evolve. Goes behind the back and knocks that down. Had 38 on the night with 1.5 to go. Clippers lead down to 4. Patrick Beverley, good find to Harrell, who gets it to go. Steve Ballmer as restrained as ever back there as the Clippers hand the Spurs their first loss. And there you see Pop and Kawhi, despite the unpleasantness from a while back, making nice. So Kawhi off to the best 5-game scoring start of his career, averaging just under 30 per. Over the last 25 seasons, Kobe and Shaq are the only reigning Finals MVPs to score more points through their team's first 5 games of the following season than Kawhi has. Clippers have the next 2 days off before hosting the Jazz on Sunday. And days off are sort of the subject we're going to talk about with our NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. We saw Kawhi get Wednesday night off load management, and then play really well last night. What is the plan going forward with him?
It's really a long-term strategy, not just for Kawhi Leonard, but Paul George, a veteran like Pat Beverly. You know, they're going to, in Los Angeles with this organization, they really are concerned about the wear and tear on these players over the long haul. They have a team set up to win not just a championship this year, but maybe chase multiple titles. And, you know, Kawhi Leonard's 28 years old. He's only on a 2-year contract, but they're thinking well beyond that with him. And this is what you're going to see. You're going to see them try to preserve those bodies as they go on, and it's going to mean missed nights, players sitting out. You know, Paul George is out until November, coming off those shoulder injuries. It'll be interesting to see how many games that actually Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play together this year before they get in the playoffs.
Okay. The strategy worked certainly very well last year with the Raptors. We'll see how it goes forward with the Clippers. Meanwhile, you got some GM news to tell us about, Woj. What is it?
Contract extension for Kobe Altman in Cleveland. First time Dan Gilbert has given a second contract to one of his GMs. He likes the 2 draft picks the last couple of years, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, and the hiring of John Beilein from Michigan. They want to be an organization really focused on player development, building out an infrastructure of young players, and they like what Altman has done to get the baseline of that kind of a franchise going.
Herculean task. He had the vacuum left by LeBron's exit. And Kobe Altman certainly getting a vote of confidence there as he gets a new deal. Woj giving us the very latest from around the NBA. Carrie?
All right, David, still ahead on Sports.